Dear one, it's a sunny day in my part of the world, and spring is definitely in the air. If only you could see the flowers and the trees sort of coming alive. That's always a good feeling, and for me, I think that spring is my favorite season. It's so much possibility. It's so many. I mean, it feels, everything feels like a huge opportunity wherever you turn. At least nature gives me this sensation, and I want to believe that this type of feeling sort of permeates and infuses my life as well. I wonder how you feel about that. Today I would like to share a few thoughts about, again, about manifestation, but from a different angle. Do you think that it is important, one of the most important things in this mix is sort of represented by your past, your upbringing, the culture you're coming from, the environment you grew up in, the influence of your family? I definitely believe so. You know, for some people, even speaking about their experience was a no-no. Even acknowledging their emotions, their feelings, putting a word behind what was happening to them and with them was not possible, was not acceptable. So these people lived, carried on his life, moving from one place to another, putting one foot in front of the other one, but actually feeling as if they are carrying a huge stone behind them. Everything seemed harder. And I was thinking earlier today that one of the reasons for that is the lack of storytelling. They've never had the chance to express what was. They've never had the chance to analyze, to look at a particular event in their lives from different angles, and in doing so process it. Maybe they've never been able to write about it, speak about it. And I think that before even starting to explore manifestation, I think it is important to explore those feelings. What was? This is why I encourage people who I come across who have similar stories or more, or different. I encourage them to start sharing, and in doing so, validating themselves, their experiences. In doing so, feeling lighter at the end of it. Sharing it with a paper. Years ago, I was inviting people to share it with a canvas. The first layer of the canvases was all about a story that they need to let go of. A story about something that shaped their present, but the roots were deep down in the past. So I'm inviting you as well to share some of the stories you've never shared, or some of the stories which are very painful. But even if you share that, if you encapsulate it in a word, or in a line, or in a sequence of lines, it is something, because this simple gesture of getting things from the mind, soul, via your hand and letting it go on the paper, allows your mind, makes some space. And in doing so, you allow a little bit more clarity and validation to come in, because validation is so important. That's why, when people say, you need to start manifesting, that's great. But manifesting without validation of your experiences, I don't think it works. I've tried before, and I think that there are a few steps in between. And one of them is validation and pouring what was onto the paper, and in doing so, letting go. And it can be done time and time again. You can do it. Just take a piece of paper and write a few words chuck it out, burn it, or just tear it apart in small pieces. Let go again and again and again until you feel that there's nothing more you can let go of in that particular topic. And then manifestation, I think, happens without even thinking about manifestation. At least that's my opinion. What do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Bye for now.